Make sure that's good. Okay, today we're doing 20 minutes of abs. So I'm using a 10-pound dumbbell. You could use a 12, or you could go way lighter if you needed, like anything from 5 to 8. But we're gonna be doing some weighted core and some body weight. We have one round, we do it 2 times through, and every movement we do is 30 seconds long. So it's all about form, not about speed. Move these guys. Okay. So starting with the warm-up, we've got elbow to knee tucks, 3, 2, and 1. So we have the warm-up 2 times through. Gonna tuck, squeeze, and twist. Like this. Twist, elbow to knee. So we're warming up those abs with this by tucking your chest to your opposite knee. Tuck and tuck. Hip hinges in 3, 2, and 1. So it looks like you're doing a Romanian deadlift or some kind of straight leg deadlift where you're pulling those hamstrings, those back of the legs here, down and up. So you can keep your hands on your hips. We're just trying to stretch out your hamstrings because we do a lot of movements with core where we're keeping our legs straight. A lot of people can't keep their legs straight if those hamstrings are super tight. 10 seconds. So we're gonna help loosen those guys up. You can even make that bend in the knees a little smaller. Let's get a squat now, just because we love a good squat in 3, 2, 1. Can't do a workout without it. Toes are slightly turned out, knees in line with toes. Super important. Sit those hips back as far as you can without tipping over. Sit it back. Weights in the heels. 10 seconds. Down and up. We're gonna get some arm circles back in 3, 2, and 1. Big full range circle here. Around. Deep breaths. Pull those shoulders back, down and around. Switch direction. 3, 2, 1. Like you're swimming. Big circles forward. 10 seconds left. And 5. We're gonna get this whole warm up one more time through in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, squeeze. Like this. Tuck, twist, squeeze. Remember, you have to actively squeeze your core here to feel this one. Just like this. 10 seconds. Tuck and twist. And 5. Hip hinges. 3, 2, 1. So again, we're working on those hamstrings. That hamstring mobility is going to help keep those legs nice and straight when we do our core moves. Down and up. Just like this. Get nice and deep into it. Don't fall backwards. 15 seconds. Hinging down and up. That's it. 5 seconds. We got a squat in 3, 2, and 1. So feet are wider than shoulder width. Toes are slightly turned out. Sending those hips back, knees never coming past the toes. We have 20 seconds. Back and up. We have 10 seconds. Just squatting it out here. Arm circles back in 5. Almost done with our warm up in 3, 2, 1. We're circling it back. So you're opening up your chest every time you do this as well. Oh yeah. Lots going on in the shoulders. 20 seconds. We're gonna switch direction in 3, 2, 1. Forward. Full circle. It's like this. We're gonna get started with our workout in 5. Let me grab my 10. 3, 2, and 1. So the first thing we're gonna do is a standing core workout called a wood chop. That's what I'm calling it. Tuck your belly in. That's the most important part here. So you're engaging your abs, and arms need to stay completely straight. If you bend them, then it goes into the shoulders. We're trying to put this in the core. Down and squeeze. So my feet are a little wider than hip width. Up, pull down, squeeze. Last one. So making sure your back is nice and like even slightly rounded, if anything. Other direction. 3, 2, 1. Up, down. Squeeze those abs. You got to actively squeeze. You guys can always join me another time because this video will save in my live section. But you could also join me right now. Last one. And down. Next thing I'm going to do is a high plank. I'm actually going to slide this weight back and forth. So in my high plank here, I'm going to slide it, reset. Slide or move it, reset. So this is just kind of getting into the obliques a little bit as you move it through. But overall, just total core here. Back and forth. We got 10 seconds. Slide it across. Last one. Slide it across. Okay. Taking a little breather, going without the weight for a second. High plank. Cross, toe reach. And the most important part is the reset here. Cross reach, reset, lock the lower abs in. Lock and squeeze. Reach, lock and squeeze. Cross reach. Cross reach. So good. Last one. Okay, we're gonna do some center hip dips just on a low arm, forearm plank. So here I am now. I'm gonna just dip, dip, dip. A little wider with my feet. Full swivel. 10 seconds. Back and forth. Last few. And flipping onto our back. Now we're going to use our weight. So for a few different things, starting with a butterfly sit-up, bottom of the feet together, down, peel up nice and slow. Advanced, you can add that press at the top, round, come down, and press if you'd like. Just take this one nice and slow. Start to warm up the core even more. Now we're going to go right into my famous weighted crunches. Bottom of my lower back, I'm just focused on keeping that pressed into the mat. That is the most important part here. Shoulders off the ground. Weights being held up by my core. We're just going to crunch it out right here. Deep breaths. Next, we're going to do a bent knee cross crunch. Left ankle, right knee, right elbow, left knee. Looks like this. I'm going to peel up and over. Just make sure you're not pulling on your head. You're just kind of supporting the head while the core does all the work. Up and down. 15 more seconds. So this is going to get the full core, but also just a little bit into the obliques. Up and over. Switching sides in 3, 2, and 1. Up and over. Squeeze. 20 seconds. 15. 10. Almost done with these. We're gonna get some toe taps now. So, most important thing here is, again, lower back being pressed. Press, press, press into the mat like this. It's gonna help by bringing those knees up. So I am gonna peel my head and shoulders off the ground again, and we're gonna just alternate taps. Tap. So the farther away from the body, a little bit harder it is. And I am keeping my shoulders off the ground. So the second you let your lower back pop up, though, then you're not going to feel it in the core. So you got to press that lower back down. Last one. Whew. Okay, we have some leg raises. I am going to add the weight back. Hands can still be under the head or the neck. This is going to be a little more challenging. Otherwise, you can put your head on the ground. Hands under the neck like this, or under the butt. Down and up. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Want to breathe through those abs, no matter what. Breathe through those abs. Down and up. Next, we are gonna get whew, some bicycle twists. I am gonna leave this weight here. We're just gonna elbow to knee. So the legs are gonna touch the weight a little bit, that's okay. Just twist that upper body and straighten out the leg. Point that toe if you'd like. We've stretched out those hamstrings during the warm-up. Almost there. Woo. And, okay. Next, we're gonna get some oblique crunches. So now we'll lose the weight, drop the knees to the left side, reset my upper body so I am still facing the ceiling. And we have a little tiny crunch into that right hip here. So just crunching it in. 10 seconds. We're gonna get the other side. 3, 2, 1. Dropping these knees down and going into that hip. Crunching it out. Beginning to move up. Okay, still going. We're gonna do a full minute stretch since we've kind of been nonstop with the core. 15 seconds. Keep it going. 10. We're gonna go for a down dog, up dog in 5. Popping up. We love our down dog, up dogs, and it's perfect for core specifically because we wanna lengthen back out our ab muscles that we just shortened. So right here, dropping the hips down. And lengthening out those abs. Again, it's always good to get your yoga poses in because you never realize how tight or sore you are until you do those poses. Cat-cow. Arch and look up, then round and look down. Whew. Okay, so we have 15 seconds until round 2, and then we're done. We're gonna do those wood chops. 3, 2, and 1. So my feet are kind of wide, a little wider than hip width, and I'm coming up like this, pulling down. But the key is that you're tucked in, abs are super engaged here, up. You're gonna feel this one more now that we've really warmed up the core with the crunching movements. Round and down. And down. Last one. And switching sides. Other direction. 3, 2, 1. Up. Pull it down. Like you're pulling a rope down, using your core to do it. Halfway. Down. Definitely feeling the arms a little, but the goal is still mostly those abs. Squeeze. Last one. And down. Okay, we're gonna do those little slide throughs with this weight. So I'm in my high plank. Sliding the weight through. 3, 2, 1. Bringing it through. Trying not to swivel with my hips, but just to stay nice and still by bracing those abs. Last one. Let's lose the weight for a second. We have those cross toe reaches. Body weight, so my wrists are directly below my shoulders. Reach, lock in, squeeze those lower abs. Reset. Reset. 15. 10. Almost there. Reach. And awesome. Okay, coming down to our forearms. We have those hip dips. 3, 2, and 1. So feet are gonna be a little wider than hip width. We're gonna dip, dip. Keep the butt down. Sometimes it's gonna wanna come up. 10 seconds. To side to side. We're gonna flip 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna get into it with a butterfly. Butterfly sit up. Down, up, and you can add that press if you'd like. Down, and up. Taking it nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. And up. Dropping the weights, we have those toe taps. Oh, not just yet. Let's get our crunches first. So weight's gonna go on the lower core. Feet off the ground. We're just gonna start with our crunches. In the center here. Take your time. So we're just supporting the head, but again, not pulling on the head so that the chin is touching the chest. We don't want that. We want space. Long neutral spine. Because sometimes we are cheating by pulling on our head, feeling like we're doing the crunch, but really the abs need to be doing all the movement. Bent knee cross, like this. Hitting that right side first. We're almost done, guys. Almost there. 15 seconds here. Up and over. Switching sides, 3, 2, 1. Right elbow, left knee. Up and over. Whew. 20 seconds left. 15. We're going to do some toe taps. Drop that weight. Hands are going to stay under the neck. Press that lower back nice and flat to the mat. Tap. Tap. Just like this. Farther away, the harder. But you gotta keep the lower back pressed. And tap, almost done. Let's get those leg raises. Weights back on the lower abs. 3, 2, 1. Down and up. Chin, again, is not touching the chest. You're looking up at the ceiling. Oh, yeah. Down and up. Last 2. Last 1. We're going to go right into those bicycles. Elbow to knee. Elbow to knee. Just like this. Almost there, guys. After this, we just have those oblique crunches. Definitely feeling the core with this weight here. Again, super important that that lower back is pressed nice and flat to the mat. 10 seconds. Drop that weight off. And those knees to the left side. Up, down. Still keeping my chest facing the ceiling. Might crack your back a little. And we crunch it out here. 20 seconds. We're almost done. It's our last move. Burning out that right oblique here. 10 seconds left. And then we'll switch sides in 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, dropping my knees to the right, or fixing my chest, making sure it's facing the ceiling, and we crunch it out. Try to keep your knees together, make sure they're 90 degrees, drop to the side. 15 seconds. It's a tiny little pulse, but you'll definitely be feeling it. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we did it, guys. Let's get our stretches. We're not quite done yet. Another round of down dog, up dogs, high plank. Send the hips back, pedal it out, and drop the hips. Left to right. One more. Push that chest through. Drop the hips. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Let's get a cat-cow again. Arch and look up. Round and look down. We'll do a little child's pose, knees out, toes together. Crawl forward, press through those lats on the sides. And we've been doing our hip flexor challenge. We took a break from it for a while, but here we are. So big step with my right foot to the front. So I'm opening up my left hip, reach up and back. And straighten out that front leg, drop forward. Other side. Big step forward, that left leg, opening up the right hip. Reach up and back. Open up those hips. And then we get the hamstring on the left side here. Drop down. Side's always way tighter for me. Oh, come up nice and slow. Let's get a ragdoll pose where you drop down completely, all messy. Grab those elbows. Swing gently side to side. And come up nice and slow. Amazing, guys. I will go ahead and see you maybe tomorrow, but I have to speak on a panel. We will see. And then otherwise next week.